So hey y'all, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome back to another What's for Dinner. So this first meal, you guys, I'm going to be making some chicken chimichangas. Now you guys, these are seriously super bomb and super easy to make. So here I'm just going to get everything prepared, like my onions. I'm going to be cutting up my tomatoes and I'm going to be cutting up 2 chipotle peppers. Now you guys, these chipotles are not really that spicy. I just feel like it gives it kind of like a smoky flavor. And it just depends on how much you use. Like if you did use a lot, it would be quite spicy, but I just used 2 because my kids are eating. So now I'm just cutting up my chicken into bite-sized pieces. And yeah, you got, it's super simple. And so here I'm just drizzling a little bit of olive oil into my chicken here. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt, and I'm also going to be adding on some oregano, some dried cilantro. Now I usually use fresh cilantro, but when I went to Kroger that evening, they were actually out, so I just went ahead and picked some of this up. And then I'm also going to be adding in some garlic powder along with some black pepper. So once I had all my seasonings mixed in there, I just went ahead and just mixed it up really well just to get the flavors going so we can get ready and cook this chicken. And like I said, y'all, this recipe is super delicious. I would love to have you guys try this recipe out. I say this in like all my videos, but I can't help it. They're seriously all so delicious. So here into my pan here, I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to add in my chopped up onions and tomatoes, and I'm just going to cook these up until they're a little bit softened for about 3 minutes. Then after that, I'm going to get ready and add in my chicken. And also, if you guys are new, hello and welcome. My name is Tia. And I'm always in the kitchen cooking up some easy, delicious, budget-friendly family meal recipes. So if this is something you'll be interested in, then I would love to have you smash that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit on that subscription bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So you guys, like I said, I do post these videos weekly, and I'm trying to work on posting twice a week. So if that, like I said, if that's something you'd be interested in, then don't forget to smash that subscription button and join my YouTube family. It would mean so much to me. So once your chicken is done, this is what it should look like. It still has liquid in the pan, but this is exactly how I like to do it because it's still tender, but it is fully cooked, you guys. It is fully cooked. So the next step is we're going to have some oil in the pan here. I'm just heating it up, and I'm just showing you guys how I roll these. So you just roll them basically like a burrito. So I'm just going to show you here again. You can put as much filling as you want into your chimichanga. It just depends on how much you want in there. But here I just add some in just like so, and I basically just roll it just like a burrito. That simple, you guys, super easy. And so now I'm frying them, you guys, and you only want to fry these on each side for about 2.5 to 3 minutes. That's literally all it takes, you guys. It is super simple, and this whole recipe is actually pretty quick. The only thing that takes the most amount of time is actually just preparing everything and rolling the chimichangas up. But after that, you guys, it's literally super simple, and it just flies right by. So it's literally that simple, you guys, and seriously so bomb. And so here's my plate. I just topped it off with some shredded cheese, lettuce, sour cream, avocado, and some salsa, and I just made some rice on the side. This night I'm going to be making some chalupas. So here I just have my onions and my tomatoes sauteing in my pan here, and I have 2.5 pounds of meat, of ground beef. As you can see, I'm going to be getting ready and making some more rice because we love some rice over here. So anyways, after they're done sauteing, I went ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and add in my ground beef, and I'm just going to start breaking that up really nicely. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and add in some salt. I'm also going to add in some garlic powder along with some cumin. And that's just going to be all the flavors you're going to need, you guys. Super easy and super bomb. And so I'm also going to be sharing with you guys how I make my rice. I had a lot of requests on how I make my rice and beans. And I'm also going to share with you guys how I make my beans, but that's going to be at the end of the video because I had requests on my beans as well. So if you want to stay tuned for the beans as well, just go ahead. You can skip through the video if you'd like, if you just want to get to that part. So first off, I'm just going to go ahead and add in some oil into my pan here. Once it's heated up, I'm going to go ahead and add in my rice. So I do have about a medium-sized bag here, and I usually use about half. And it does pretty well in feeding my whole family, and sometimes we end up having leftovers, so that's always nice. So next I'm just going to get in there and mix it up real quickly. Then I'm just going to let it brown, and then once it's browned just like so, I'm going to go ahead and add in about 3 cups of water. And sometimes I do like to add in tomato sauce after it's done browning up. I just like to mix it in there with that and then add my water. But for this time, I'm just going to be using this tomato bouillon, and I'm only using it about 2 tablespoons. And I'm also going to add in some garlic powder to taste along with some cumin because I feel like it just gives it this really authentic, delicious flavor. And then after that, I'm just going to give it a real good mix. And then I'm going to pop the lid on this baby, and I'm just going to let it simmer for about 15 minutes. And you will have yourself some delicious rice. And so we're going to get back to the rice here once it's done. But for in the meantime, our meat is done. So we're going to just set this aside and we're going to get started on our tortillas. So you guys, this is not homemade chalupas, obviously, because I'm just using some flour tortillas. It's easy, it's quick, the whole family loves it, and it's super convenient and super easy. Unless y'all do want to make your own tortillas, and you can do it that way, or make your own homemade authentic chalupas, then go for it. But you guys, I do not got time for that, and honestly, I'm not even sure if I can possibly do that. Like, okay, I'm just being 100 with you guys and being so real. So that's basically what you do. I usually just throw them in there just like that. I mix them up like that, and then as soon as I put them in there and do that, I just flip it. Well, fold them in half. Then I just kind of push down on them because they do get kind of fat. So I just hold my spatula on them just for a few seconds, and then you're going to be ready to flip them. And then you know when they're done, when they start turning like a goldish brown color. And so after about 15 minutes, here is the rice. As you can see, I did let it sit. Now I'm just going to get ready and just fluff it right on up. I let it rest for about 5 minutes before I fluff my rice up. So as you can see, it looks absolutely delicious. And here is my plate, you guys. I just have some homemade salsa, lettuce, and tomato, and some cheese. And so I found this recipe on Pinterest. I really wanted to try a new recipe. So I found this one on Pinterest, and it's called smoked sausage and penne pasta bake. I think that's what it's called. But I will have all the ingredients, like I said, to all these recipes down in my description box. So here I just got done cutting up my sausages. So now I'm just going to cook these and brown these up for about 5 minutes. And so next, don't be like me, y'all. Start your water sooner. But anyways, my sausages just got done, and I'm just now throwing in my pasta. So anyways, I'm just going to cook these for about 11 minutes on a boil, just as the box instructions say. So after you get all that done and your pasta is done, I have 2 cans of cream of celery here. I have some French fried onions. Now it did call for cheddar fried onions, but I could not find them at Kroger. And I also have 2 cups of milk. And I have my sausage already in the bowl here. Now we're going to mix everything up. And I also have some peas and some Italian cheese. So I only had Italian cheese on hand, but it did call for half skim mozzarella cheese. But you can use whatever kind of cheese you'd like. I honestly think it would be good either way. So now I'm just going to add in about a little bit more than half of my pasta here, because I'm trying to make sure I can fit everything into this bowl. Now I'm just going to add in all my ingredients, and I'm just going to give it a good mix. And also, if you'd like, y'all can follow me over on Instagram at Tia's Farmhouse Decor. I do like to post about my upcoming videos, family, lifestyle, home decor, and all that fun stuff. I would love to have you join me over there as well. I will have that down in the description box as well. Thank you. So here I'm just going to start adding in some cheese, and I'm going to save half of the bag for the topping, because at the end, once you're done baking it, you do want to throw the remainder of your fried onions and your cheese, and you just want to bake it for like an extra 5 minutes just to let the cheese get melty and all that good stuff. So here I'm just mixing it in really nicely, and we're going to get ready and bake this baby. And so next, I'm just going to go ahead and I added it into a baking dish here, and I'm just going to throw this into a 375 degree oven for about 25 minutes or until it gets nice and bubbly. And so after your casserole has been baking for about 25 minutes, this is when you want to go ahead and throw on the remainder of your fried onions along with your cheese. And then you just want to bake it an additional 5 to 7 minutes or until your cheese is nice and melted. And so here it is out the oven. As you can see, it looks absolutely delicious. And I'm telling you guys, it was seriously super bomb. It was creamy. It was good. All the flavors were there, and it was seriously so bomb. And so I already cleaned my beans. So now I just put them in my pot here, and I'm just going to fill the water up until it's like almost halfway full. I mean, not halfway, until it's almost full. And then we're going to get started on cooking these babies, and I can show you every ingredient that I use for these, and these are seriously so delicious and super easy to make, you guys. Just stay tuned. So here I have my heat on a high heat, at least until it starts to boil, and now I'm just going to add in some salt. I'm also going to add in some black pepper along with some garlic powder, and I usually do use a large onion, but I didn't have a large one, so I just went ahead and used the one I got. Usually, like I said, I usually use like a large onion, but I only had a small one, so I just went ahead and used that. It just gives it flavor. And you can also add onion powder in here as well. And so after that, I'm just going to give it a good mix. So it usually takes me about 3 hours to make these beans. Some people do like to soak their beans in water overnight just to help speed up the cooking process. But I did not have time to do all that, and I just totally forgot. Otherwise, I probably would have done it. So I didn't do that. And so what I'm going to do is just pop the lid on, and once it does start boiling, you do want to turn your heat down to like a medium heat, a medium low heat, and just let it cook that way the rest of the time. And then I'll be back on here. Well, my time would be like an hour and a half, but I'll be back on here shortly just to show you how I do this. So here they are an hour and a half later. As you can see, it did soak up a lot of the water. So what you want to do is you just want to add water and just check it every hour or every once in a while, just to check it, see if it needs any more water. And then after that, you just want to stir it up a little bit. Then you just want to pop your lid back on, and just like I said, just check it. And then after this, I didn't have to add any more water. This was all the water I needed. I don't like mine too juicy, so that's why it's like that. But anyways, here is the outcome, you guys. As you can see, they look absolutely delicious, and I just served mine with tortillas and some queso fresco, and they're seriously so bomb. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.